Hi everyone, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation with the United States of the world. We're on a mission to banish poverty. And we've been around about 5 years, a little over 5 years, putting in solid foundations to be here for many generations to come. We are now expanding our economy. That'll improve our treasury. And that'll benefit all our citizens because they all hold our currency. We give our currency to all our citizens free every month. We are, anybody can become a citizen. There's no fee, there's no obligation. You come along, register, prove you're a real person, and that's all there is to it. There's no obligation to get involved in anything, although there are lots of things that you may find beneficial for yourself. We're also a non-separatist organization. That means we don't separate people into groups based on what they look like, where they come from, what the gender is, or anything else. We simply see everybody as a human being and all part of one big family of humanity, all linked together, all individually unique, all having something unique to offer our community, all of equal value to our community. We have a little affirmation in a moment that helps us with that ideology. We will, before that affirmation though, have a very short opening prayer to help us find true happiness in life. Not short-term pleasure, but an ever new joy within that helps you go through life in a calm, measured manner, always content. Yes, you'll still have extremes of pleasure and you'll have times when there'll be sadness in your life. Oh, excuse me. But overall, you'll have that contentment and that happiness within. And that is something that you can't buy. You can only get that through loving service to others. And that is what We Share Abundance is all about. Serving others, forgetting the little self and becoming the big self, expanding and enjoying and sharing with everybody. So that's what our little prayer is about. And the great thing about being of loving service is it attracts into your life everything you need. So you don't need to worry about chasing after money or whatever. So we're going to get started in just a second with that little prayer and affirmation. But first, let me welcome you, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording. We are streaming live into Facebook and YouTube, and that is automatically recorded there. And in YouTube, you can go back right to day one. In Facebook, I think they save it for 30 days. So you can go back 30 days. And we do that because a lot of people don't want to come into our link for whatever reason. And also because we know that 7 p.m. London time just simply isn't convenient for everybody. So we have a lot of people that watch the recordings. But the advantage of being here, of course, is that you can ask questions and communicate with us, go back and forth. We can have conversations, and you can't do that watching the replay. Okay, so let's get started now with that little prayer and affirmation, and then I'll bring you up to date with what's been going on today. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. And through that love, bless each member that they may find the joy of service. And through service, attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. And our little affirmation. We're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, let's see who's in first of all. You can see that there's me from Cornwall in England. We've got Lewis from Lisbon in Portugal, Richard from Devon in England, Maya from Hampshire in England, and Norman from Doncaster in England. And let's have a look and see if we've got other people that are letting us know about them. We've got Ramachandra from Watford in England, Werner from South Africa, Kim from Cork in Ireland, and Bozina from Slovenia. And I'm sure there'll be more people joining us as we go through the next few minutes or so. Excuse me. Right, let me give you some numbers to start with, and then I'll give you some news. We've got some good news. We've got a little bit of bad news. And the last 24 hours, we had an increase of 7 in the 777 plan to 45,195. We had an increase of 15 in our registered members to 53,487. That same 15 in our active member count to 3,405. An increase of 2 in the pro membership of the Shareholder Powerline plan, taking it to 777. An increase of 1 in the Easy Team Builder, taking it to 1,111. All the ones for. And then we have an increase of 1 also in the Success Blueprint to 48, and an increase of 11 in the Best Plan Ever to 641. So those are your numbers. Now then, let's get the bad news out of the way. For some time, I've been concerned because our cash flow isn't being reflected in our cash balance. In other words, we've had our total assets going down, even though we've been putting more money in. And it's like trying to fill the bath without the plug in the plug hole, you know. And so we've been looking at it for a while, but today we found the leak. And there are several members, and I'm not going to name them because we've not defined it all yet. And I don't think it's wise to name them anyway. There are several members that have been taking advantage of a loophole to withdraw funds that they're not entitled to, basically stealing your money. Some of them a little bit, you know, around about $1,000, but some of them tens of thousands of dollars. And of course, being a non-profit organization, everything we get in after we've paid out the expenses, the running expenses, goes out to the members. And so we don't have reserves that can easily handle this situation. Now, we will be able to find all these people. The chances of getting anything back from them are negligible. I don't think we will get anything back. We will be able to approach them and ask them, but I don't think we'll get anything. We will not be prosecuting them because it's almost impossible to prosecute people. We tried it with somebody else that stole money a few months back, and we really didn't get anywhere. It was just a waste of our time. So we will be having to just stand the loss, if you like, and over time make it good. It's bad news because it means that while we are sorting this out, I've been on it all day, and it'll probably take me another day or 2 days to get to the bottom of it all properly. But until we know the full extent of the damage, all withdrawals are being suspended. So you can't withdraw anything at present. It would also be imprudent to continue giving away money that people can't withdraw. So the daily random withdrawals are going to stop. Once we have the full extent of the damage, and it's going to run into literally tens of thousands, if not maybe hundreds of thousands, but I think it will be short of $100,000. We'll be able to better plan our way forward. And if you want to put blame anywhere, I mean, I suppose it lands on me because things weren't secure enough, and I suppose that is my responsibility as well as everything else. But apportioning blame doesn't really count for anything. Knowing who it is doesn't really count for anything. We can, of course, remove them from the program. We can, of course, do that, but to what end? I don't think it would make any difference anyway. So, as I say, it'll take me probably another couple of days to actually ascertain the total damage that has been done. And at that time, we'll have a plan formulated to move forward. But until that time, there will be no withdrawals and there'll be no daily cash allocations or anything like that. I think that we will probably have to say, okay, any income earned from this point on is available and paid. Any income that you have accumulated previously is going to be held until we can make good the deficit. So people that are promoting are still going to get paid their money, but it'll take us quite a while to put back or repair the damage that has been done by these people who are prepared to cause suffering to the majority in order to benefit themselves. I apologize for having to tell you this, but as always, it will not stop us. We will move forward and we'll be finding the best solutions that we can for everything that crops up. I think with what we've got going in the future, we will be increasing our revenue and we'll be able to make good on everything in much less time than it would have taken us maybe at this time last year. So there's good and bad, but unfortunately withdrawals and daily cash allocations will not be available for a couple of days at least until we find out and really get to grips with exactly what the situation is. I'm disappointed in some of the members. One in particular, been a member for a long time and been a very stalwart supporter of We Share Abundance. But that person, you know, we're looking at probably $20,000 that person has in effect stolen. I don't think he'll view it that way, but the abuse of the system, finding a loophole and deliberately exploiting that loophole to take cash that you're not really entitled to. I don't think there's any other way of describing it other than stealing. Okay. So there we go. Let's have a quick look at who we've got in here. We've got a few more people in. We've got Kingsley from Manchester. We've got Bozina from Edinburgh in Scotland. We've got Jibola from Nigeria, I think. How's the weather over there? It's been really, really good. Nice weather, sunny, warm. And we've got Muavia. Hope I've said that correctly. No withdrawal received last 3 years. Well, you won't get any in the next 3 days either. We've got Bozina. Hasn't the same thing happened a while back? Similar. We did plug that loophole, but there was another one which we didn't find, and it's taken us a while. I've been looking for it for a while because the figures just haven't made sense, and I've not known where the money's been going, but we have found it, we have traced it, and we'll plug it up. It doesn't help to tell you that. Will there be other loopholes in the future that may be exploited? Maybe. I hope not, but maybe. We've had several instances over our 5.25 years or whatever it is of people stealing from us. One occasion it was somebody that was in the support team abusing their position. Lots of little things. I do tend to be a trusting person, and sometimes it backfires. And yeah, like I say, if you want to push and blame me, but blaming doesn't solve anything. We will do what we can to get back on track as quickly as possible. Moving forward, I understand that we will need to make sure that anybody that is earning commissions from this point on does need to be able to withdraw those, and we'll get that implemented as soon as we can. But you're going to have to give me a couple of days more to really get to the bottom of it and see what the damage is. Good news. Vishal is now fully involved in the TIR program. He's getting the code together, and by tomorrow we should have some sort of indication of how long that will take him. Devyani reckons that the mall now, after we discuss various things, and that I think, did she say 3 or 4 days? Let me just check, so I'm giving you the right information. We'll be able to complete in the next 3 to 4 days, and we can then test it. Okay, so where are we now? We're on Friday, aren't we? So 3 to 4 days. We're looking at it being the end of next week. Hopefully we can get them all up in place and generate some more income from there, and maybe put some funds back in the bucket. Okay, so that's the news. Some of it is good in that we're moving forward with the programming and things. Some of it's bad in that we're going to have to suspend withdrawals for a few days while we get it sorted out. And we're going to have to then spend time building that up, which is difficult because we don't really take anything out of anywhere to replace money in that way. So it has to come from outside of We Share Abundance. And that will happen with the TIR plan and Vibe as we move forward there and we get people going through the processes there and into there. One other thing on the millionaire path that I've put in place, and that is we still have no one in the Facebook group. We've had, I don't know how many, a lot of people that have been putting their names up saying, oh yeah, let me join. But most of them don't answer the questions. Some of the people that answer the questions can't answer yes to all of them. And that means that they've not done what we asked them to do in the first place before they applied. And some of the people that do say yes, 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 when I check the records, I can't find the verification of the yeses. So at the moment, the group is empty, but we're not looking for hundreds of people. And you won't be looking for hundreds of people either when you, or if you decide to take that path. It will be moving you forward individually, branding you, and giving you that branding and leadership status that attracts people to you. And it'll be very simple to do that. But simple doesn't always mean easy. I'm not saying it's hard, but if you've not done some things before, it's sometimes difficult the first time you do them. So it just takes a little bit of perseverance, patience, and dedication, and following instructions to the letter, doing what it takes, eliminating excuses. And I'm pretty sure we will be able to get a few people that'll do that, and they will go through, and the intention is to get them to millionaire status in what remains of this year. And of course, by doing that, we will be generating income into We Share Abundance as well from those third-party plans, and that will rectify the deficit that we have now. So there we are. So that's good news as well. We've got Nankiapin from Nigeria as well. And we've got Kingsley saying it's raining in Manchester. Well, I was brought up in Manchester, and that's what we lived through. Not heavy rain most of the time. Most of the time it was sort of drizzly, grey weather. And that is Manchester weather. It was good for the cotton mills. The damp climate stopped the fibres snapping in the looms in the Industrial Revolution. Anyway, that is Manchester for you. I'm not surprised it's raining, but it's beautiful weather here. Well, that is it for today, folks. That is all the news I've got for you. We're not giving any money away today. Hopefully we can get that back on track in some way, maybe over the weekend or next week. We will move forward as always. I'll be here tomorrow, same time, same place, 7 p.m. in our link, streaming in YouTube and Facebook. And until then, do your part. Don't be the little self like some of our members were, just thinking of, oh, I can get out of it, but sharing love and abundance, helping people. And we got somebody in from Washington, Seattle in Washington, Andrea Taylor. Nice to see you, but we are just leaving. But thanks for being here. God bless you all. I'll be here 7 p.m. tomorrow in our link, streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Till then, get out there, share your link, give people a reason to click it. God bless you all. Thank you for being We Share Abundance. And enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend that's coming.